And this is huge, guys. This is everything. Red headline on the Bloomberg terminal right now. Obamacare subsidies, tax subsidies upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court. That is what everybody's been paying attention to. This case, again, was not the prime case that they expected to undo the Affordable Care Act. Conservatives that had problems with it. That was in 2012, challenging the constitutionality of this case. This case really came out of nowhere. Lower courts ruling on it, making its way to the Supreme Court. And it was literally about 4 words in that 1,000-plus page law stating whether or not states were the only ones who could create exchanges to provide insurance. Now, based on, obviously, the very, very controversial nature of this law, 34 states declined to create those exchanges. Therefore, the federal government was forced to come in and create exchanges on its own. What this case basically stated was, according to the language written into the law, only states could get subsidies or federal support for their exchanges. Therefore, those federal exchanges, had they won this case, essentially would have been moot. There would have been 6.6 million people that would have fallen off their insurance because of the lack of subsidies. It would have created huge problems for insurance companies, huge problems for the law, and also huge problems for Republicans on Capitol Hill that would need to figure out a way to close that gap. All of that is for naught. According to the headlines that just crossed from our own Greg Store, the tax subsidies were upheld. Basically, what they're saying is the Supreme Court went with the intent of the law, not the specific language. It'll be really interesting to read this opinion. But, guys, this was the latest and really biggest threat to the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, probably the last one for this administration. This cements the president's cornerstone achievement for his legacy, for his 2 terms in office. It will stand.